Good morning, students. Yesterday we discussed about two prescriptions and one CCR. And today we also discussed about two prescriptions and one CCR. Cerebral malaria. Prescriptions are cerebral malaria and anaphylactic shock. And CCR description of acute gout. And what is first prescription? Is a cerebral malaria. It is caused by Plasmodium falciparum and transmitted by the bite of the infected mosquito. It is the most severe neurological complications of infection with Plasmodium falciparum. Aggregation of infected and non-infected red cells and plugging in capillary endothelium of brain due to secreted proteins on red cells surfaced by late stage schizontrophocytes. This is nothing but erythrocytic phase. Already we discussed in malarial anti-malarial drugs class. So malaria is a acute infectious disease which is transmitted by female Anopheles mosquito. It is characterized by fever, rigors, chills, sweating and anemia. So cerebral malaria is a severe neurological complication of infection with caused by Plasmodium falciparum. Mostly it is infected and non-infected red cells and plugging in capillary endothelium of the brain. So it is called cerebral malaria due to secreted proteins on red cells surfaced by late stage schizontrophocytes. It enhanced by the pro-inflammatory status of the host and the virulence characteristics of the infecting parasite variant. It is manifested by cerebral malaria is manifested by confusion, coma, death due to anorexia and ischemic and hemorrhage. Ischemia and hemorrhage. Cerebral malaria characteristics are confusion, coma, and death due to anorexia, ischemia, and hemorrhage. Drugs used in cerebral malaria is a quinine, which is an alkaloid. It is given by slow intravenous infusion, and artemisinin derivatives. Those are artesunate, artemether, artether, like that. The drugs produce a very rapid therapeutic response and are effective against multi-drug resistant falciparum, Plasmodium falciparum. So it is preferred in cerebral malaria. Artemisinin derivatives produce a very rapid therapeutic response and effective against multi-drug resistant Plasmodium falciparum species. And some of the drugs used as a combination therapy for cerebral malaria, those are artether, artemisinin group of drug, artether with quinine and artemether with quinine. Those combination of drugs are also available are used in cerebral malaria. So coming to the prescription prescribed for a case of cerebral malaria. Already we discussed what is malaria and what is used for this. So prescription is, this is the superscription, name, age, sex, address, register number, etc. And prescription is the quinine. Diagnosis is the cerebral malaria and quinine is the alkaloid group, which is given in cerebral malaria as a treatment. Quinine 20 milligrams per kg body weight diluted in 10 ml of 5% glucose and infused intravenously over 4 hours. Quinine 20 mg milligrams diluted in 10 ml of 5% glucose infused intravenously. Then followed 10 milligrams of IV infusion over 4 hours in adults, like that 2 hours in children every 8 hours until patient can swallow. Then he can swallow, then switch over to oral quinine. When he can swallow, he is able to swallow. Then switch. You have to change oral quinine 10 milligrams per kg body weight 8 hourly to complete the 7 days course. So first you have to give quinine 20 milligrams diluted in 10 milligrams of 5% glucose or dextrose infused intravenously for 4 hours and followed by 10 milligrams IV infusion for 4 hours or 2 hours for children every 8 hours. And then after that you can give oral quinine 10 milligrams 8 hourly for 7 days. This is the one prescription. And another one is the artesunate 2.4 milligrams per kg body weight. It can given by IV or intravenously or intramuscularly, followed by 2.4 milligrams per body weight after 12 hours and 24 hours and once daily for 7 days. So artesunate, first quinine, first choice of drug is the quinine 20 milligrams diluted in 10 ml of 5% glucose. Then artesunate is a 2.4 milligrams. You can give intravenously or intramuscularly, followed by 2.4 milligrams after 24 hours and 24 hours once daily for 7 days. Then you can switch over the intramuscular and intravenous artesunate. You can give oral and artesunate based artemisinin based combination therapy. Artemisinin combination therapy. Artemisinin based combination therapy for 3 days whenever the patient can tolerate. Then 5% glucose and 5% dextrose you can give to reduce the hypoglycemia along with quinine. And other supportive measures you can do when patient having fever. You can do sponging with cold water. When he has having symptom convulsions, you can give to subside convulsions to give diazepam intravenously and connection of fluid and electrolyte balance. For cerebral malaria, you have to give it is a caused by plasmodium parasite transmitted by the bite of the infected mosquito. So in this condition, you have to give quinine 20 milligrams along with 5% glucose or dextrose to reduce hypoglycemia, and or artesunate 2.4 milligrams. You can give intramuscularly or intravenously. So other use of quinine also used in nocturnal muscle cramps. Along with this patient supportive measures, if patient having fever, you can give tepid sponging with cold water, and if patient having convulsions or if we can give diazepam, it is a benzodiazepine. It reduces the convulsions and correct of fluid electrolyte balance and acidosis. This is about cerebral malaria, prescription of cerebral malaria. And another one is the anaphylactic shock. Second prescription is the prescribed for a case of anaphylactic shock. Anaphylactic shock is it is nothing but it causes your immune system to release float chemicals that can cause to uh, uh, wait. Anaphylactic shock, it results due to immediate hypersensitivity reactions and is manifested as an excessive vasodilatation and increased capillary permeability, exudation of fluids in the tissues. And angioedema, bronchoconstriction, and difficulty in breathing. It causes a difficulty in breathing. How it will happen? It causes your immune system to release flood of chemicals that can cause you to go into the shock. So your blood pressure drops suddenly, your airway narrow blocking, your airways narrow, and breathing is difficult. And symptoms include weak and rapid pulse, skin rashes, nausea, vomiting, and these are the symptoms when we'll get anaphylactic shock. When we'll get anaphylactic shock, it causes your immune system to release more chemicals that can cause you to go into the shock. Your blood pressure drops suddenly and airways become narrow and difficult to take breathing. So symptoms are weak and rapid pulse. Pulse slow. You get slow skin rashes, nausea, and vomiting. So in this condition, we can give adrenaline 0.5 milligrams intramuscularly in 1:1000 solution. So this adrenaline, this can counteract the effects of histamine and other mediators that are released from the mast cell and basophils. Released from the mast cell and this adrenaline, it acts as a counteract for the effects of histamine and other mediators that are released from the mast cells and basophils during immediate hypersensitivity reaction. So it relieves bronchospasm, neurotic edema, and it prevents the histamine release. This is about adrenaline. And hydrocortisone is a glucocorticoid. Diphenhydramine is the H1 antagonist. These two drugs are also given along with adrenaline to reduce inflammation in the air passages, to reduce inflammation in the airways, and improving your ability to breathe. So we can give these two drugs along with adrenaline. This is about an second prescription anaphylactic shock. So it reduces the adrenaline. Anaphylactic shock. It produces more chemicals like histamine. It reduces when it is given adrenaline. It acts as a counteract the effects of histamine and other mediators that released from that other mediators released from mast cells and basophils. So after immediate hypersensitivity reaction, then it reduces the bronchospasm, angioneuroedema. Adrenaline reduces the bronchospasm, neuroedema, and it prevents histamine release, and along with glucocorticoid and H1 antagonist, these drugs are also given along with adrenaline to reduce inflammation of the airways or air passengers and improving your ability to breathe. Okay. Next one is the criticize, correct, and rewrite the prescription for the prescription for a male patient aged 50 years suffering from an acute gout. Next one is the CCR, correct, criticize, correct, and rewrite the prescription for a male patient aged 50 years suffering from an acute attack of gout. What is gout? It is characterized by severe pain, redness, and tenderness in the joints due to deposition of uric acid in joints. It is a metabolic disorder characterized by recurrent episodes of acute arthritis due to deposition of monosodium urate in joints and cartilage. It is nothing but a arthritis due to deposition of, it causes due to deposition of uric acid in joints. Urate crystals deposits in joints. It is characterized by severe pain, redness, tenderness in joints due to deposition of uric acid. So here you can see, this is the picture of gout, swelling of joints due to deposition of uric acid in joints. Gout has been divided into two types, acute gout and chronic gout. Acute gout is characterized by sudden onset of the severe pain and swelling and redness of the joints, which is in this condition we can give colchicillin, NSAIDs, and corticosteroids, NSAIDs like indomethacin, naproxen, etc. And for chronic gouty arthritis, chronic arthritis or chronic gout is having two or more attacks of gout per year. So it is more than chronic gout can lead to permanent joint stiffness and damage of the joints. So in this condition, recurrent or chronic gout episodes, in this condition we can give uricosuric acids and allopurinol. So what is gout? So you can see, what is gout? It is nothing but an inflammation of the joints due to deposition of the uric acid, increased uric acid levels in the joints. So it causes swelling, tenderness, and redness of the joints. It has been divided into acute gout and chronic gout. Here you can see, criticize, correct, and rewrite the prescription for a male patient aged 50 years suffering from an acute attack of gout. This is the diagnosis. What is the diagnosis here? Acute attack of gout. So for that, here superscription is not there. And tablet capital letters also is not mentioned. Prescription is not capital letters, capitalized. And this indomethacin here, this is the wrong prescription, tablet indomethacin. Dose of the indomethacin is the not wrong one. And allopurinol is also not used in acute attack of gout. Allopurinol is used in chronic gout. So this is the first wrong prescription, you have to criticize. What is the correct one? What is the dosage of correct dosage? So criticism is the no superscription. There is no superscription. There is no diagnosis. Diagnosis is also not mentioned, and dosage also is not correct. Duration also not mentioned. There is criticism is that there is no superscription, there is no diagnosis, and duration also not mentioned, and allopurinol is not used in acute gout. Why? This allopurinol should not start during an acute attacks of gout, as it can precipitate further attack of gout due to fluctuating plasma urate levels. What is the mechanism? Allopurinol is contraindicated in acute gout because uric acid has inhibitory effect on release of cytokines. Uric acid is inhibitory effect on release of cytokines, and allopurinol may aggregate the inflammation by reducing uric acid. It reduces uric acid, but it releases the cytokines. The cytokines increase the inflammation on the joint. So this allopurinol causes inflammation, more inflammation on the joints. So it is contraindicated in acute gout. What is the mechanism? Because allopurinol inhibits the enzyme xanthine oxidase. It decreases the production of uric acid by inhibiting the xanthine oxidase. It is an enzyme that converts the hypoxanthine to xanthine, xanthine to uric acid. So it inhibits the production of uric acid to produce release of cytokines. These cytokines causes inflammation on joints. So it is allopurinol is contraindicated in acute gout. The dose of the indomethacin drug is the correct, but dose is not correct. So we can write correct prescription. So this is the correct prescription. Here you have to write superscription. And you have to write diagnosis of the correct diagnosis acute gout, and then write correct prescription in capital letters. Indomethacin is the correct prescription. It is used in acute gout. Indomethacin is a strong anti-inflammatory drug. Indomethacin, naproxen, and other drugs like naproxen, piroxicam can use in this acute gout. These agents inhibit the urate crystals and chemotactic migration of leukocytes in the inflammation in joints. This indomethacin and other drugs like NSAIDs, piroxicam, these drugs inhibit the urate crystals and the chemotactic migration of leukocytes into the inflammation joints in acute gout. So indomethacin, we can give indomethacin 50 milligrams 4 times a day, followed by 2 milligrams 4 times into 5 days. So review after 5 days, then we can do signature. This is about CCR, acute gout. Why we will not give allopurinol? Because it should not start during an acute attack of gout, as it can precipitate further attacks of gout due to fluctuating plasma urate levels. Because it is a contraindicated in acute gout because uric acid has inhibitory effect on cytokines release, release of cytokines, and allopurinol may aggregate the inflammation by reducing uric acid. How it reduces uric acid? This is the allopurinol mechanism of action. It decreases the production of uric acid by inhibiting the xanthine oxidase enzyme. which acts as a enzyme that converts to the hypoxanthine to xanthine to uric acid. This allopurinol inhibited the production of uric acid to release more cytokines in the joints. It causes more pain or inflammation. So it is contraindicated in acute gout. So indomethacin is a NSAID, strong anti-inflammatory drug which is used in acute gout. It is inhibits the urate crystals in the inflammation, urate crystals, and prevents the inflammation in joints. So today we discussed about 2 prescriptions and 1 CCR. One prescription is the cerebral malaria and another one is the anaphylactic shock. Cerebral malaria, you can give quinine and artemisinin combination, artemisinin with quinine, and others you have to use other suppository methods. And anaphylactic shock, for that you have to give adrenaline. It reduces pain. It reduces the mediators release from mast cells and basophils during immediate hypersensitivity reactions. So it is acts as a counteract to reduce relieve to relieve bronchospasm and reduce angionuretic edema and prevents histamine release. And along with adrenaline, you have to give glucocorticoids and diphenhydramine, H1 antihistamine, H1 antagonist. These 2 drugs are also used for our help to reduce inflammation in the air passages and improving ability to take breathe. So this is about anaphylactic shock, and another one is the CCR is the gout, acute gout. For acute gout, we have to give indomethacin 500 milligrams 4 times a day. Thank you. So here you can see this is the wrong prescription and correct prescription. Wrong, already we discussed. Wrong prescription is the indomethacin 250 milligrams. This dose is wrong. So we have to give 50 milligrams 4 times a day, and allopurinol is contraindicated because it inhibits uric acid and increase the cytokine levels in the joint. So it is not contraindicated in acute gout, but it is used in chronic gout. Thank you. Yesterday's prescriptions and today's prescriptions, you have to write in your records